So when I was first writing the book, this wasn't even going to be a principle because I just felt like, well, that's really obvious. And I shared the first draft of the book with them, and they said, yeah, but so much of what we've been talking about is about listening. Listening has to become one of the principles. And I started researching it. It ended up being the one where I had the most source material and the longest chapter. And it's like, because in one sense, it's like the most obvious thing. It's a thing that we all do every day. But in another sense, it's a thing that's become it's so taken for granted because we all have to do it every day, that it also becomes the biggest personal development opportunity that's right under our noses. And so really taking some time to step back from how we listen and to practice listening and to get more intentional about listening and listening deeply, which is the name of the principle. I interviewed a psychologist. She said to me, if you want to become a better listener to other people, you have to get better at listening to yourself. And so when someone gets to the end of their thought process, then often where we're at in our own heads is like we're waiting to speak. We're waiting to jump in with the next thing. And we tend to not leave too much of a gap after someone else has finished talking before we start to respond. Once that person has finished speaking, you need to get really comfortable with silence.
Yes.
And that just being a little gap, because she said in that gap, that's when you finish listening to them. But then what you're then listening to is your own thought process and your inner voice before you respond. And I think it's just had a huge, profound effect on me, just that one thing.